I'm about to walk you through the behind the scenes of the exact customer journey and process that I've created for my business that allows me to attract premium, ready to pay, ready to go, high ticket clients on evergreen, meaning I don't have a cart open or close date to any of my programs for the most part. Sometimes I do, but basically like 90% of the year I don't have that. So I'm going to walk you through what that system is so that you know how I'm doing it and kind of get into the behind the scenes look at my funnels, my systems, my processes. I'm really excited about this because, what happened is that last week I was on a group coaching call with my clients and they asked me to reveal certain things, although we do have these in my program, but wanted me to go a little bit deeper in some of these things. And I was like, you know what? I should probably talk about this more in my own training so that people see what we're doing, how we're doing it, all of the things. So I'm going to walk you through the system and show you literally what we do every single day, every single week, every single month to attract clients on Evergreen again and again. So what I'm going to be doing is walking you through all of the different pieces that I feel are really going to be particularly impactful for you to see and understand what's going on, like I said. And let me take you through this system one step at a time, right? So we're going to begin down over here. The first thing that we focus on, obviously, is audience growth. And in terms of audience growth, there's a lot of different things that we're doing. We're doing organic. Let me just type in here so you guys can see. Organic. We're doing paid ads, and we're doing a lot of borrowed audiences, right? So what that means is I'm going on podcasts or I'm going on other masterminds or summits or different things to basically grow my audience. And what I tend to do through those systems is I take people straight to an opt-in or a PDF, or I take them straight to my webinar. So for the people that land into my system through the PDF, once they're in, I immediately invite them to watch my webinar, or for the people that are invited to my webinar, they're in my webinar anyways, right? So my focus is usually getting people to watch my webinar, and I have variations of the webinar. I have a 10-minute version of it. I have a 30-minute version of it. I even have a 4-minute version of it. Like, it varies. I have longer ones. I have shorter ones. I have a variety of different ones, and I use them in different ways and in different places within my business. But for the most part, really, if I'm being honest with you, the one that I focus on the most is one that's around 24 minutes long. Okay. So this is the one that I run ads to. This is the one that my business focuses on the most. So once somebody gets into my opt-in or to the webinar, they are brought into my welcome email sequence. That welcome email sequence, essentially what it does is it invites people to watch the webinar if they haven't watched it yet. And, I do a variety of different things. It's maybe about 5 or 6 emails long, welcoming them to my world, explaining to them a little bit about who we are and what we do and how we operate. And once that's done, these people are taking into my Monday through Friday broadcast. So I send out emails every single day, Monday through Friday. Every day there's a specific theme for me. So something that I'm doing very specifically. I have other trainings in which I explain what those things are. But so essentially every single day there's a different theme or a different, not theme, but more so like a category, right? So on Monday, I'm sharing my live content. On Tuesday, I'm talking about who my people are. On Wednesday, I'm inviting people into the brand message assessment. I'll explain that in a second. So every single day of the week, there's something different that we do. And what we do and how we focus on this is that once, if until somebody books the brand message assessment, they're going to stay in this section over here for as long as that is necessary, right? So you're going to keep on receiving those same broadcast emails where I'm inviting you to book the 15-minute brand message assessment. Once somebody books the 15-minute brand message assessment, then one of two things can happen. So this brand message assessment that we do is a free 15-minute call on which we deliver a lot of upfront value to people. So what that looks like is literally us telling people the answer. We're coaching people for free. We're telling them, listen, these are the things that you need to take into account if you want to, create a message that attracts better quality leads. These are the things that you need to be doing. This is what you need to shift in your messaging. So it's a really basically like we're giving you the answer for free. We're coaching people for free. That call is not actually a sales call. But at the end of the brand message assessment, if somebody is a good fit, we will immediately invite them to the sales call. If they're not a good fit, but it's not a good fit because it's not the right time, we will add them into this. I'll explain this to you guys in a second. And if they're definitely not a good fit at all, we just simply eliminate them from our email list and leave it at that. You're never going to get another email from me because we feel like it's not a good fit. Now, that rarely happens, if I'm being honest, right? For the most part, people move to the sales call immediately or move into the no sales call nurture. I'll explain what these are in a second. So let's kind of go through the top example first, which is they move on to the sales call. So they do the free 15-minute brand message assessment. And at the end of the call, they say, I'm interested in finding out more about how you can help me implement the things that we've talked about on this call today. And if that's the case, we move them over here to the sales call. Now, from a sales call, one or two things can happen. Number one, they become a client, which is awesome. And then they're removed from all of these emails that you see here. And they're now added to client emails and client nurture and all of that. Or number two, they don't become a client. And when that happens, what we do is we add them to an email sequence that is all nurture, where we're delivering upfront value, where there's no call to action beyond go watch this video. Here's this PDF for you. Here's this training for you. Here's this thing. Here's that thing. And that's it. There's no call to action. There's no agenda behind that. And we have them through in that no client nurture email sequence for about 30 days. At the end of the 30 days, we add them to the no sales call nurture. So I'll explain what that is in a second. So that is what the process looks like if they do book a sales call. Let's come back over here to the brand message assessment one more time and say that somebody does not book a sales call from that conversation. If they don't book a sales call, we add them to a no sales call nurture email sequence. This email sequence essentially promotes our programs and actively talks about what our programs look like and what we will do within our program. So in the welcome email sequence and in the Monday through Friday broadcast, I don't really talk about my programs as much. The call to action in this area in the beginning is essentially to invite people on that 15-minute brand message assessment, right? That's the call to action that we focus on in the beginning. But when they've already done that call, the no sales call nurture sequence, what that looks like is the call to action is inviting them on a sales call. And the emails and the process in here is very clear. There's no like, well, what are you doing? No, the emails and process in here is very clear that we're inviting people on an actual sales call. These are our programs. These are our options. This is how we can work together. This is what we can do. So what we do here is move them into that type of process. And this is, my friends, what my complete customer journey looks like in the back end. Now, this might seem like a lot, but it's not really, because, for example, these Monday to Friday broadcasts that I send here are essentially the same emails that I do in the no sales call nurture sequence, except the call to action is different, but it's basically the same. So it's not really that complicated. And the nurture over here is also quite simple. So this is literally my system, what I take people through, or like my little internal process or customer journey that we drive through in our company to bring in more clients and get more sales calls or strategy set. Well, not strategy set. Actually, the sales calls are over here very clearly, but getting those brand message assessment calls booked. And that is exactly what we do on autopilot, basically every single week, moving people through that system, through that process, and inviting them to move through. That is it. So if you're actually curious to experience this yourself and watch it on the back end, you can, number one, go to readytoinvestclients.com to sign up for the webinar, sign up for the training, and watch how we do this and how we communicate. There's a lot of little intricate details behind this system that make it so powerful and effective, and the reason why we were able to attract such high-level clients. So you want to go to readytoinvestclients.com to sign up for the webinar, to watch the video and see how we do this. Or you can go straight to brandmessagesession.com and book that free 15-minute brand message assessment call, where we will evaluate your message and give you very specific messaging and like strategic insights into what you can incorporate into your messaging, into your content, into your marketing to be able to attract better quality leads. Let me know in the comments if all of this made sense, if this was kind of fun and interesting. And if you actually want a screenshot or a copy of a screenshot from my whole customer journey, I'm happy to send it your way. I can't wait to see you in another episode.